Okay guys, so here we go on an exploration of Lisbon's cycle paths. So right now I'm cycling in a suburb. Lisbon is a pretty sprawled out city with massive suburbs. People commute as much as 50 kilometers to go to work every day. And that's 50 kilometers one way. So the objective of this video is to show you what it would be like to cycle in Lisbon if you want to use the bike to go to work. Now currently here in the suburbs, at least in this particular suburb, there's hardly any network of cycle paths. The one that does exist though, the one cycle path that exists serves no purpose because it was built next to the radial road that goes around this particular suburb. And if you're on a bike, it takes you on the longest way around the city, and it serves no good purpose of mobility. So this is why you saw me crossing the whole place via the old center, because this is actually the fastest and bike friendliest ways to get to where I'm going now. Where we're going now is the boat station, because this suburb is south of the river where Lisbon is, and we want to cross the river north, and the boat will leave us right in the city center of Lisbon, and from there we'll keep going north for a little bit with the objective of linking up with the most important or most significant area of the Lisbon cycle paths. Because at the moment, the old town of Lisbon, the historical city center, and other core areas of the city are actually very poorly covered with cycle paths. The ones that do exist are only on this newer upper part of town. Okay, so down the road is our boat station. The crossing by boat will take us, well, according to their website, 25 minutes. But from my experience, it's usually a bit 5 minutes more or so. And I hope the GoPro microphone is picking my voice clear enough. There's a lot of wind today with the sounds of traffic, but I'll try not to talk too much, just to point out some key aspects of the ride and shut up. I assume that for this trip I'll be stopping a lot because I've also never done this before, this particular route that I want to go, and I don't necessarily know the streets very well. I mean, I am Portuguese, but I haven't lived here for 10 years. I've been living abroad, so this is as new for me as it is for you. Okay, here we are. Obrigado. Okay guys, so here we are. This whole area of Lisbon is being reconstructed to make it nice and appealing for tourists, and it's a total traffic mess. Now, I don't want to kill myself, so now the objective is not to kill myself, basically. Going along this. In the construction work, in the heavy traffic, and just sort of across this downtown area northwards as fast as possible. Man, these cobbles are rough. So, I would say that one of the biggest difficulties of cycling in Lisbon are the cobbles. They're just awful. They're usually very irregular and destroyed by motor traffic, so that you find yourself very often in these very rough patches. Okay. God, this is terrible. All right, guys. Lisbon's main and oldest squares. To the right is the National Theatre. And Cheros. Exciting. This makes no sense. That that's a big thing. Well, okay. So as I was saying, this makes no sense. We should be going on the other side of the avenue to go on, but we're going on the left. I don't know. Okay. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so we're now getting to the point in which the cycle paths that we're looking for start. Should be somewhere above this ridge. What you've seen behind of in the last few minutes was Lisbon's downtown. Quite chaotic traffic, as you saw. Sometimes not really very clear of where you should be as a cyclist. Obrigado. That was a nice lady. She waited for me to pass. So, yeah, so not very clear of where you should really go as a cyclist 100% of the times. But I have to say, those crossroads, intersections were painted red. That's a very cool addition that didn't used to exist a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I cycled in the city. So things are happening. And in fact, the current mayor has promised to extend Lisbon's cycle path network to close to 200 kilometers. I think nowadays there's something like 50 kilometers according to stuff I've read in the media. So we're hopefully quadrupling Lisbon's cycling infrastructure. And another objective of mine for this trip is to kind of feel what's the quality of the already existing infrastructure. Okay, so now we have to go to the back of this garden, if I'm not mistaken. Don't really know where I'm going. But I think it's somewhere this way. So you'll have to apologize to me. Forgive me if we stop quite often, because as I don't really know the way, I think I'll have to check quite often in my phone. But this first part here, I think it's pretty straightforward. So, for the first part of this ride, we're trying to reach Lisbon's biggest park. This cycle path should lead directly there, so we'll see. And one thing that is, I think, important to mention is, I think, the whole of development of cycling infrastructure here in Lisbon is oriented towards a lot of leisure cycling. So this means that placing the cycle path is not necessarily the most efficient in terms of transport-wise. However, what does exist now is, at least from what I see in the map, offering enough coverage that you can move from one part of the city to the other, and then I guess it will be up to you to find the quiet streets where it's safe to bike and not these crazy massive super highways that crisscross the whole of this city. And so part of this leisurely approach that the town hall has to cycling infrastructure, what happens is that from what I've seen in the map, most of the infrastructure is located in sidewalks, which I don't really approve of, or freshly built like this. But this is cool. This is very good, like exclusive bike infrastructure, nice bridge over this very unsafe. I know, I thought it was a biking marking, but it's actually a motorcycle. So that's for motorcycles, not really bikes. I'm not sure I would bike in that road. It's like 3 lanes each. It could be very dangerous. And Portuguese drivers, to be honest, are not the safest or most careful. So okay, this way, I think. This is actually rather nice. I was expecting for this part a bit worse. Okay, nice drivers. So that ahead of us, that's the park. It's called Monsanto. The town hall has been making efforts to make it into a recreation center for outdoors activities. But even if the place is not great as a park, it's very important that it exists, because Lisbon has a serious shortage of green spaces. Lisbon's city parks, urban parks, they're all tiny. They're more like urban gardens than actual parks. It's a bit dangerous. Just cross. Okay. Try to. Okay, so traffic is coming from our left, nothing coming. Okay, here we are. The question is, we go. I think this way. So this is it. So actually now it seems that we're going around the park. Oh, it's very windy, very, very windy. Okay, now I'm just wondering if should take the time to go and explore the park. So basically this means going up to this road, and then if I follow that, should eventually take me to some like forest paths that should be nice to bike around. But okay, today let's, since we might not have so much daylight left, let's instead follow the bike path. Oh. I feel caged. Com licença. Obrigado. Olá.
Opa, estou aqui chato.
Faz mal. Obrigado. Good. Okay. Ora bem, cá estamos. Ciclovia. Bom, e aqui dá-nos problema. Yeah. So that's like one of the problems of having cycle paths in the sidewalks in this country, because people are not used to it, so they use it as a normal sidewalk, even though like here there's like enough sidewalk. And that is the stadium of the great Benfica. Oh, caralho. Okay, that was complicated. So I'll definitely point this out as a problem. Like, there is this incredible discontinuities in the bike path. It's kind of hard to know where it goes because sometimes it just ends abruptly. All right. Well, this is a good example of a cycle path. You got a separate pavement for pedestrians. You got the cycle path physically divided from the main road. Very good example. What's not such a good example here is if you look to the right, all these parked cars, they're all illegally parked. And the question is, where's the parking enforcement authority? Não faz mal, mas tá parado aqui mesmo no acesso à ciclovia. Oh, sorry. So here, the cycle path continues there, but it goes basically back where we came from. And we don't want that, so according to the map, oh no, this is a mistake. Definitely a mistake. So another very confusing crossroads. So apparently the bike lane is on the other side of this fence inside the Lisbon University campus. This is very weird. Not really sure how to get to that bike path thing. Aha, there's a gate and it's open. Okay, so let's see. This is a very weird arrangement. This is indeed a very weird arrangement. Here's the bike path behind the fence, but there's no indication, no arrows, nothing. And actually this is dangerous because I was on that road to the left, and that road goes straight into this city highway. City ring road that's pretty much treated like a highway by the drivers, so that could be very dangerous. Suddenly I found myself on the access ramp to that. So I believe we're inside the university campus already. Oh, this is really funny. I've never been in a bike path that goes through a fenced area. Mayor of Lisbon, my advice so far is please better signage on the cycle paths. Sometimes it's really not obvious what's happening. Well, another example of we have no idea where the bike path continues. Well, as you can see, massive traffic in fairly small streets. Not very good for a cyclist. Another thing I definitely don't like so far is how the pavement or the transitions in levels between pavement, asphalt, and especially in intersections is terrible. It's never smooth. Deus. Well, another occasion that I have no idea where the bike path continues. 0. Bike path is over there. Oh man, it's terrible. Why don't they just put it on that road? Well, definitely whoever's engineering this cycle path is going to out of their way to really segregate it from the road, the carriageway. But in a really bad, inefficient style. I mean, this is just strange. And definitely one thing that this ride is teaching me is that I don't think I could have navigated through this network of cycle paths unless I was constantly looking at the map. The road signage for bicycles is terrible. And again, in each intersection, or in most of the intersections, it's really hard to understand where the bike path goes. Because essentially what they did was they engineered the bike paths around the existing road network, and they did not touch at all in any of the intersections. Which means actually, for a cyclist, there is, well, with this state of affairs, well, there's the safety of being segregated from traffic, but there's a lot of time wastage crossing all these intersections. once again, these bumps to get into to pass these different levels of pavement is unbelievable. Oh man, I'm enjoying this. This is a good path. I like it. Lots of curves, trees. Oh yeah. Well, tell you one lesson I've learned: to ride in Lisbon, the best thing is to have really thick tires, because in general the infrastructure, even if it's new, is not very good. Look at this excellent parking job. Obrigado. Que abriu. Pelo amor de Deus. Obrigado.